I know, that sounds crazy. Still have belief in Bo Nix. Here's the thing, guys. Before Twitter was invented, and I didn't know all of these indecent, insufferable fans online who need their quarterback or their favorite player to have a great game every single game, or they're just going to clown them, I believed in a process. And because I am older than Twitter, and I have a thought process that was developed pre-Twitter, I still too believe in a process. This is why I didn't come in dragging any of the rookie quarterbacks. Because guess what? Breaking news, the 3 rookie quarterbacks that started in week 1 looked like rookie quarterbacks. We've been so jaded because I always go back to Matt Ryan and Joe Flacco, who I don't think enough people, even my own age, understand how incredible and how unlikely it was for 2 guys to have seasons like they had. It just doesn't happen as rookies to have 2 guys both start week 1, both make the playoffs, both win double-digit games. That's not normal. That's why everybody that was older was like, oh my gosh, this is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. But if you were just in that age group, in my age group, you're like, oh, I guess this is the new normal. It's not. We have there's a reason why the 83 draft class forever, yes, it's got 3 Hall of Famers, why it was so by far and away the greatest quarterback class. And it wasn't nothing to do with them being rookies. And now look at the 2020 quarterback class. Lawrence, Tua, Jordan Love, and those guys, they're going to put themselves in consideration. Jalen Hurts is in that class. That's going to be in consideration for the greatest quarterback class ever. But guess what? Not because of their rookie years. So just because Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams didn't have great first games and might not have great rookie seasons, that's not what's going to be the defining moment of their career. Now, the only one I have slight concern for is I do think because of all the talent in Chicago and how the storylines have led up, I think Eberflus is the most likely to potentially lose his job if this doesn't go well. I think Sean and Dan Quinn are safe in terms of Washington and Denver. But let's stick with just Denver for a second here because it is Team Tuesday. The stuff Bo Nix can do well, I think showed. Now, I think Sean's game plan, it was almost too much just the stuff he does well, and I think that started to mess with him. But Sean knows and Bo knows quick passes, quick outs. Now, they do need to figure out a slightly different concept because the plays they are running. Now, it's unfair when you're going against Mike McDonald and that defense in Seattle for your opening week. It's a tough game. I did say Denver +6 was the bet of the year, and you would have got your money back. So, I was close. But that environment, you're not going to have that environment never again. You will never be put in a position where you are going to be like the remainder of the year, where it's going to be impossible, where you're going to be first ever NFL game, maybe the loudest stadium in the NFL, and a brand new defense under a new defensive head coach who's coming off of a number 1 defense in Baltimore. So I don't want to hear, oh, Bo's trash. See, we told you. So, like, if we grade guys, they showed up the statistic. John Elway got benched in his first ever game. Peyton Manning in his rookie season led the NFL in interceptions. Do we remember Tua's rookie year? Do you remember Josh Allen's rookie year? Yes, I believe you can see great immediately. I do. I've said that a bunch, and I stand on that. No one's asking Bo to be great. If that's the reality. Bo is being asked to be, can you be very good? Can you be very good? Can you be very good to the point we can put you in a Brock Purdy-like situation? Can we surround you with talent? You've heard me say it a bunch. Denver's going to have the most cap space in the NFL. And can you be better than Russell Wilson? Because Russell was here the last 2 years. It was so horribly bad. And I saw people on Twitter going like, man, this team's making me feel like the last 2 years. If you thought the offense was that smooth at any point the last 2 years, I would love to know what team you were watching. There were actual concepts. There were things that looked on play, that looked like they were on script. He threw 42 times. You're not supposed to have your rookie quarterback throw 42 times week 1 in Seattle. And again, I'm not 21. I've had a thought process before Twitter. I am aware that it is a process. Again, are we going to slam Caleb Williams for the same thing? He played worse than Bo Nix. He just got saved because, again, Will Levis made the worst throw of the season, and his defense and his special teams blocked the punt. So are we going to say Caleb's not good enough anymore? And remember, and I'm not comparing these two from a talent perspective. I'm aware Caleb Williams has more talent than Bo Nix. I get that. I get that Jaden Daniels has more talent than Bo Nix. Bo Nix he's going to be a system guy, similar to Purdy, similar to a young Tom Brady. You just need him to be in the system, hit receivers as they come open. Yeah, were there a few throws that I thought, okay, they were not great. But again, look at the defense he was going up against. Look at the scheme he was going up against. If we're just going to lose faith after one game, well, then I have some harsh truth for some NFL Twitter fans. You don't like anybody. No one's ever going to be good enough for you to go, oh, yeah, that's the guy. I still have faith, Bo. Still do. And I'm not saying that to mock anyone. I still think everything that I thought going into the season, I still think is true. I still think this is a playoff team. I still think they're better than the Chargers. I still think they're better than the Raiders. And we're going to get a lot more where I will now want to see, because the Steelers aren't conceptually crazy. They just have a lot of defensive talent. And that's what I want to see in week 2. You're at home. I want to see how you play against them. That's going to show me a lot. This is HardFoul Radio. We'll be back momentarily.